First, I have to say thank you to you, Ava, Gunnar. I mean, you guys, you stayed with me till the end. I mean, like, you supported me, you guided me, you kept on encouraging me, and I was the first lady to join.
Sweet, awesome. Hi, everyone. Just wanted to welcome Maze here today. She's currently based out in Kuwait, normally out in Canada area. She's actually coming down to Brazil, which is actually where I'm currently based out of, so super exciting. And yeah, just wanted to congratulate her. She just made her first 18,000 in sales with the business owner that she got staffed with over the past 2 weeks. Is on track for the first, 4 or 5, and even $6,000 plus months. And I know, Maze, we kind of got off to a little bit of a rocky start after getting in the program, but I think with everything, there's always going to be ups and downs. So I'd love to hear kind of your story, what kind of inspired you to join the Modern SDR, and some of the early experiences to kind of transition into now.
So first, I have to say thank you to you, Ava, Gunnar. I mean, you guys, you stayed with me till the end. I mean, like, you supported me, you guided me, you kept on encouraging me, and I was the first lady to join. That's a plus.
Yes.
So what got me into actually joining this program, I wanted to leave teaching, because teaching is exhausting. Like, not even the 9 to 5 thing. No, it's just exhausting, like taking all the work back home, and it's just exhausting. It does pay well, but it's exhausting at the end of the day. I did not have a social life. And I talked to you for like several, let's say, months, and then you opened up this door for us, and I was one of the first to join with Andrea and some other, like 2 others, but Andrea and I were the ones that lasted. So I remember that I had several experiences. So people always think that, okay, this is like perfect, program is there and everything's going to be perfect, but it does have its downfalls, and you have to actually keep this thing in your mind that you have to stay persistent. You have to keep going. You can't just stop. So I worked with 3 different people before I worked with the person I'm working with right now. And each one had a great business. I learned a lot from them, each one of them. But unfortunately, the first one took a different path. So stopped with the whole business that she was working with. And that was one thing that I love, that she got lots of leads in, and we were able to, I was able to get those prospects, but I wasn't able to close them because they wanted to get on a call, and no one was available for that call. So that was one downside. And so she took a different path with her business. The second person I worked with was amazing. He trained me in so many ways. But it didn't work for me because of the cold calls. It was just, so I didn't get many leads in. It was more of me reaching out to people. So the cold calls was something that is not really easy. It's not easy. So even if you had like 100 cold calls, you would get 4 rejections and 1 would book a call just to make you feel better. And then I was hooked up with one person that he had an amazing business, but unfortunately not many leads in. So I barely had anyone to talk to or deal with. And I only closed, I remember, 1 person, just because out of 5 people that I talked to, I closed 1 deal, and that was it. And then no more leads. But now I'm with someone that is trying his best to get as many leads in a day, which is amazing. It's amazing. I mean, I feel very lucky that we both think the same way. He's open to feedback. I'm open to feedback. It's like both of us are working on ourselves to develop in a way that we can increase, we can escalate. So I'm really happy with where I'm at right now. It's been almost, how many months? 5 months, 6 months?
Yeah,
since
I
I
think
first.
4 or 5 months. Yeah, because
Yes.
I know you came through. Um, Everyone was hopping on the coaching calls too at the beginning as well, and I think that was so cool. And then got staffed with a few different people. And I think on the outside it looked like businesses were perfect. It has all that, but I think there's really two different avenues. There's some
Exactly.
businesses that acquire leads really through outbound, which is great, but it's really difficult, right? And I think what we even found together was that a lot of it's kind of based on the opportunity vehicle that you're in, and just a consistent lead flow. I know with the business that you're with now, it's like almost overwhelming with how many people are coming in, and
Which
I
is
think it's been really
amazing.
cool. Yeah, I think it's been really cool to kind of
Because
hear your
again,
success.
it's not only about the business itself, it's also about the leads that you're getting in. So people think that, oh, I'm going to get lots of leads and I'm just going to be closing them. It's not like that. It's also the business owner, how he thinks about the things, how he thinks about getting those leads. um yeah, so what you just said, it's perfectly said, actually.
For sure. Yeah, and I'd love to hear kind of your perception on just sales in general, and kind of what you've learned through this whole process. I feel like coming from being a teacher as your background as well, um, you really love like the education
Yeah,
side. So I guess like, do you have anything that you took away the most from kind of being a part of this community and whatnot? And I guess, was there any piece of advice that you can give people looking to get started with something like sales, or appointment setting, and eventually moving to a closing position?
I think two things, actually. Being patient, being really patient. So people think that they're going to get the money like right away. It doesn't work that way. You actually have to work on yourself. You have to wait for the right opportunity. It doesn't come to you just right away. And you have to be consistent. It's not like I'm going to do this and then I'm going to stop and hope for a miracle to happen. It's like patience and consistency. It doesn't happen like just right away. And with sales, I love the fact that the more you give it, the more you actually get back. It's exactly like teaching in a way or two. The more you give it, you get back. So I love this part.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, man. And yeah, I mean, it's the same thing that we kind of tell our team. It's like with sales, it's like a snowball effect, because like once you start having a
Exactly.
conversation with someone, then they might close 3 months down the line. It might be someone that converts the same day. But it's whoever remains kind of the most consistent throughout the whole process is the one who's able to come out on top and get what they want from it. Like,
That's
yeah,
another thing that I learned from you as well. I really learned from you, because it's not just being like, it's not just closing a deal. It's more of personalizing with someone. It's more about talking to someone and actually knowing more about that person and why they like this product or this thing would help them. It's not just, let's close this deal. It's more about personalizing it to that person. So
yeah.
again, patience and consistency.
For sure. Yeah, I think at the end of the day, like I think even from a lot of people that we kind of talk to on the team, who may choose a different route or something like that, they may feel like sales is, kind of kind of sleazy, or like it's like very
Yeah,
salesman-y. But
that's
I
true.
I I think what's cool about kind of this online industry, and I would love to hear your thoughts on this, but I feel like genuinely, if the products like there, like if the product's really built with the intention to truly help the customer, it's not even really selling, it's more of an alignment, right? So I'd love to
Exactly.
hear kind of your thoughts working on the current offer that you're on, and kind of with the experience as well.
So again, with the current offer that I have, he has, and it's not just a product, it's a service that helps people just start off and they can continue on, like on their own, or he can help them continue on. But it's more about what you said. It's the service or the product. It sells itself. You're just helping them find that solution to what they have as a problem, or I don't want to say a problem, something that they have in their life that they would like to fix. So it's an alignment, an issue that they want to fix. and it's there. The product is there, the service is there. It just helps them, go through with it. But you're the one you actually trigger them. You help them get through with that product or service.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love how you explain that. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Well,
That's
cool.
something I learned from you, because like, again, with your program, like, I loved how you actually did everything, and that's what got me into sales. That's what got me into the program, because I was just a teacher, and we were just talking as in, how can I sell teaching? And then because of you, I was like, no, you know what? I want to get into this because of him, because of the way you were talking to me. You were personalizing it in that way with me. And you stayed consistent with me. You didn't like stop talking to me just because I needed something else at that time.
Yeah, that's awesome. And we try our best to be able to accommodate everyone. So I'm really glad you said that. So yeah, thanks. So awesome. And I guess, from this whole experience, what was like the hardest thing that you felt like you had to go through? I guess with kind of the learning process, or not everything being always perfect, because I think nothing truly is. So I guess, what was the hardest thing, and then how did you kind of come out of that, I guess?
I think it was the time that I wanted to stop teaching, like totally stop. And then I didn't get any income. So I had to go back to teaching. But I didn't give up on sales. I didn't give up on sales. It's just I needed that income. So I wanted to be patient enough to wait for something better. I didn't want to
Right.
like give up on it. So right now I'm almost done with teaching.
Oh wow.
I'm
Okay.
almost done.
Almost done.
So
Almost done.
yes, almost done. So my last day will be December 6th, and that's
Oh
about
wow.
it. I'm
Okay.
done.
And then
So
that's when you get to come to Brazil and then see the
yes,
boyfriend and everything. Okay.
exactly. Exactly. So and I actually told the person that I'm with, I'm like, I'm so happy with the results that we're getting, and I want to be like even more committed to this. So I'm done with teaching. This is going to be my last day, and I'm going to concentrate more on this than anything else, because I can see the results right now. So I've been patient for so long, and now I can see the results. So it's kind of like a seed. You grow the seed, you have to wait for it to actually, get the right sunlight, right? And the right water, the right atmosphere, so it can grow. Same thing with me.
That's awesome. That's such a good metaphor. Wow. That's so great. I love that. I love it.
I mean, you gave me the skills, you gave me the tools, but then I was waiting for the right opportunity to be able to grow.
Yeah. I think that's awesome. And I think that's the biggest thing. Like, I think with like even the business, we started this back in 2018, and I mean, there's been so many ups and so many downs. Like, there's been like the lowest of lows. And
What was the most difficult for you? Because I said patience and going back to teaching. What was the most difficult for you? I'm flipping it on you.
okay. Okay. Um, yeah, I think the most difficult thing this year, with the business, I mean, we've probably brought on, 20 people or so in the past 9 to 10 months. And, I feel like it's something that's like actually being built into something real. And I actually am at this cafe right now. So if there's background noise, sorry for people watching this,
No,
but,
it's okay. It's okay. I can't
but
hear anything.
okay, cool. But the biggest learning experience that I had is that I had to become like a whole nother person. Like last year, with kind of the products we had and everything I did, I was able to, I mean, it was just over about $1 million that collected like by myself, with kind of all these skill sets, everything like that. But to transfer that skill, which is always why I've been so fascinated with teaching. Like, I think it's so cool that you're able to do that. It's like, I realized that the way people learn is so different. but like over all different people, right? So it's like, how can we teach, 100, 200, 300 different people who all learn in different ways, right? The same thing, right? And that's been
That
like
is
the
so
biggest,
true.
like it's really fucking hard actually. It's been really difficult because it's like you have to train the internal team, right? And that's training for operations, it's training for sales, it's training for marketing, it's training like all these different things. And then it's like also, how do we train the customer or like the students? How do we train the students or ensure each customer has the best experience possible? And for everything to work together, it's like I've had to let go of a lot of control, and that's been the hardest thing for me. Like it's been trusting other people to get things done with inside the business and the company, and it's also doing our best to consistently improve the program. Like we just launched the Modern SDR 2.0, adding some more modules about mindset. I think it was, I mean, specifically because it was you and Andrea's suggestions too. But I think the mindset modules are a huge key when it comes to sales. We're also planning to add more things about like, different tax benefits, setting up an LLC, how to save money on taxes. So from that, you're making more money and whatnot. So it's just like the consistent improvements. And it's like, even when shit's just hitting the fan, I apologize for the profanity, but it's like staying strong through that and knowing that you have the team to back you up. But then also, it's like hopping on like calls like this, that it makes it seem like all worth it, because I feel like we're able to help.
Yeah, I mean,
so.
that's what I meant. I learned a lot from you. I learned so much from you guys. Amazing.
That's awesome.
And even you just said like you were able to teach us in different ways, and that's true. Like you, Gunnar, Ava, you were able to teach us in different ways because of your different personalities. Even like with the coaching calls and stuff, and how we did role plays and stuff. That was amazing. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Although I was being picked on because I was the only lady. That's cool.
There's I think we have 15 or so or more women now in the program, and I'm trying to onboard another woman for the team, so we'll see.
It's cool.
But no, Maze, it's honestly been a pleasure having you. Is there any kind of final remarks or anything that you have for people out there who are looking into potentially getting started with something like this, or just wanting to take the leap?
So this is more about, it's not just investing money. It's not only money, it's investing in yourself. You're developing yourself. So you gotta be patient with yourself and with the money that's gonna come back. Again, we're coming back to being patient. And with the team, with the people that you are gonna be dealing with, I mean, you're gonna be grateful because of all the personalities that you guys meet on the program. So I have to say thank you again. That's all I'm gonna say. Thank you so much for this opportunity, for being able to like be so patient with me as well. Like you, Ava, Gunnar, you were so patient with us. So patient. And it was amazing the amount of support and encouragement that you guys gave us throughout the whole program. I mean, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Miss. Well, it's been a pleasure. And yeah, cheers.
Thank you.